Hi, my name is Natalie Appleton, and this is my book, I Want to Die in My Boots. And it's the story of Belle Jane, who led a gang of cattle thieves in 1920 Saskatchewan. I'm going to read from the prologue, which is set in 1917. In the moments while Belle Jane sat on the biffy, the sky darkened to such a steel that her legs disappeared. She could have been the magician's assistant as he performed that trick, sawing a woman in half. It often felt like her legs were of her, traveling her body, but getting commands from some other mind. The legs. To the woodpile, to the fire, to the kettle, to the coop and the cows, to the stove, to the table, to the dishes and the socks, to the axe, to the horses, to the creeps, to the weanlings, to the pedals, for the children had asked her to play Tarara Bundier, or Come Josephine on my flying machine again, could she please. She stroked her calf muscles, lithe and thick. That's what she was, thick. But Belle Jane's legs could not help her now, as she pushed and huffed. It was stuck, twisted with her angst, and her mind could not quite locate it. Instructed. Below, a sting of cool air and the rank of urine. Greedy flies with their knot teeth like the old men at the Chinese restaurant. Last spring, bluebirds had nested on the roof. Right above the walls, she papered with golden hummingbirds, drinking at peonies. Someday, she would have plumbing and electric lights. Someday, she would die. In the midnight hours, even when the legs knew it was not right, they went to the barn, to the fire, to the iron, to the bowie knife, to the needle, to the cleaver, to the bow saw, to the stash of lime. While Bill spooned the colts on the dirt, held its jaw like a lover, straddled its hind legs, smiled. The legs. She felt a wash of nausea at this moment, this life. How long could they all carry on? A week last, a Mountie had stopped the priest girls riding to school, inspected the brands, and asked where the horses had been got. As her insides roiled, for some strange reason, her mind called her to remember a name she'd once had, Mrs. Junk. Had anything ever been funnier? Peter Junk's fingers, still damp from rinsing his dick in the sink, coming to grips with her throat on the train. The last train. The fare. The boy. Her mind had always tried to drift off the memory, but at the oddest times the tide would rush back the child's wail, his cheeks. Well, here it was, finally, spoils of the animals she'd reared, roasted and devoured, spitting out, away. How sad, a bit of remorse that she would be upon the legs again soon. Her expression of relief was fleeting. Outside, she heard the sound of hooves slap the earth, the cinch of rope, a cuss. You goddamn. Had the stranger lost the nerve? Her heart was a mad racehorse, dashing, but to where? She stood, peeked through the cut-out waning moon, scanned the low, snow-dusted hills all around, hoping Georgie would not rise from the coulee. Shove? Bill! It was you, wasn't it? A punch, a guttural choking sound. Huh! Bill, her husband, was on his back at the pig slop, wiping his mouth. Frank Shuffletowski, her neighbor of a place 8 miles south, was running to the barn. Bill scrambled up, caught his boot, and yanked him to the mud. Both men rose to their knees, and then their rage-wobbled feet. It's been you all along. Shuff threw down his gloves, readied his fist. Well, I won't take it. That's my buckskin you got running there now, isn't it? He pointed to the range beyond, where a herd of horses that had been stampeding for no reason at all came to a still behind Morning Star, the head of the herd. The buckskin ran drag at the back. Its coat, like wet hay, glistened. It had dark socks and dark eyes that always gave it a look of fright, even from the biffy, Belle Jane could see Morning Star's nose jerked high, ears tall, feeling for the vibration, the smell of danger.